Hey guys, so this is the temporary 75-gallon aquarium. My 150 woke up one morning, leaked overnight, and there was nothing left, only 3 inches of water left. So luckily I was able to save all the fish, coral, anemone, they all survived. They had no tank. So I went to Miracles Aquarium, the head office, 20 minutes from here. Spoke with the owner. Owner's name is Derek, very nice guy. Gave me the brand new 75-gallon aquarium to house my fish and the live rocks and everything in temporarily, while he gets my new 300-gallon aquarium custom built. So it's being built right now. It's going to take about a month and a half, 2 months, and it'll be delivered. And it's going to go in this area here. I'm going to paint it, and the new 300 gallons is going to go here. Anyways, the water quality here, it's brand new water. Hasn't been properly cycled, but had no choice. Put everything in here. The fish wasn't doing very well. We weren't eating for almost like 4 or 5 days. None of the fish were eating. Corals died. Anemone died. Water quality isn't very good. I tested it. The ammonia is very high off the roof. Ammonia. Look at this chart here. Well, here it is. This is how green it is. You see that? That's and per this chart here, it's about 4 parts per million. I did a 40% water change. That killed off my anemone right away. My carpet anemone died 3 days later. The coral I had pretty much died. About same time or earlier. Didn't like the water because of the ammonia, I guess. All the fish were sick because of ammonia. After the 40% water change, ammonia was still high, but one of the fish recovered. It was doing okay, but it wasn't eating that one here. My sailfin tang almost died that night, so I did a 40% water change. Ammonia is still high. The next day I ran out. Oh, by the way, the blue tang there almost died. You see how empty his stomach is? It was in this rock here. Day and night wouldn't come out. Anyways, I went to the fish store. They recommended this stability. Add it in for 7 days. 15 milliliters for 7 days. It's supposed to help for new tanks. Of course, I added this to get rid of the chlorine, Nutrifin, and I was so desperate because get rid of the ammonia. I put this in the filter, right? And I bought some OptiCarb from Fluval to help get rid of that. Also, I put a bit of this in. Where is that? Oh, it's over here. The basement's really messy. I'm in the process of renovating it. So it's going to be looking really nice with the 300 gallons right there. But I put this in too. Bio-support. It's got a lot of bacteria, 300 million live bacteria per teaspoon. So I'll put a teaspoon in, try and kickstart the nitrogen cycle. The ammonia is really high. So the story with this blue tang last night it was, I thought I was gonna die. I wasn't eating for 4 or 5 days, and the wave maker there, it was being blown around against this rock over here, and it was just up against the rock, inverted almost. So I got desperate. I didn't want it to die because, I've had it for 15 years. I had it since it was a teeny weeny thing. I kind of rescued it from the fish store. As you can see, it's got a hole in the head, lateral line disease, and fin rot. So I took it home, trying to, save its life. It made it through with the fin rot and everything. It's getting better. I mean, it's better now. So there's no way I was going to try my best to keep it alive. I took it over the water last night, force fed it with the syringe I have here. I put in the syringe here. Where is it? There. This syringe here. I don't know if you can see it. So I with this fish net. I mean, it was so weak last night. It was so easy for me to catch it with this fish net here, and I put it over here on this bucket here. Put the syringe in its mouth and injected food into it because it wasn't eating for 5 days or so, and it was dying. There's no way I was gonna let it die after 15 years of having it. I wanted to live, and to see its new home. 300 gallons. It just had to live for a month and a half or so. So I inject. This is the food I gave it here. It's a freeze-dried brine shrimp. Dissolved it in filtered water and inject the brine shrimp into its mouth. And I left it alone for the night. I didn't know it was going to survive or not, and right now it's still iffy. But today I went down to try to force feed it again, and I couldn't catch it. It has energy now. It was swimming away from the net, and with all the rocks here, you can see it's very hard to catch any fish. So I started feeding it today, brine shrimp, and it was actually eating in flakes. So I don't know if it's going to make it through. It's a good sign so far. I'm not going to celebrate yet. Not out of the woods yet. I gotta see how it goes first, right? And this fish here too, the sailfin, started eating today, so I'm happy. The night I did the 40% water change, it looked like it was gonna bite the dust. It seemed like that, but after the water change, it's still here. Water change just... So my poor clowns used to host on the anemone, which is dead. So once I get the new 300 gallons, let the water settle in a bit, maybe within 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months. Then I'll get another anemone for the clowns to host in. Yeah, these clowns lost their home, so now they're just swimming around. So I'm keeping a really close eye on my blue tang here. Out of all the fish, this one's the original fish I got when I started getting into the salt water. I used to have fresh water all the time, and I decided to go salt water. So the blue tang is one of the original fish I got. Started in a 10-gallon aquarium, moved up to 75, and then 150. Now back to the 75 temporarily. And if it survives, it'll get a 300-gallon home. The angelfish in there didn't have any trouble coping. It's strong. It's put up with the ammonia. Seems to be doing well. So I'm doing all I can to get the ammonia level down. The tank hasn't properly cycled. That's why ammonia is so high. And got my pulpa tank there. It wasn't eating for a couple of days also, but it recovered on its own a lot better than the the blue tang. I got a triggerfish down there and hadn't eaten it for a whole week also. So today I was eating brine shrimp, so I'm happy with that. I got the only thing I'm worried about now is the eel. It's in here. You probably can't see it. I've been giving it shrimp every night, but it's not eating it. So I'm gonna try again tonight. You know, put 1 or 2 shrimp down there and see if it eats it. The shrimp hasn't eaten for almost a week now too, so it must be pretty hungry, and you know. Anyways, this is its temporary home. 75 gallons. It's probably feeling very crowded. I know there's a lot of rock in there, but rock's good for the filtration, the sand, you know, and all that, live rock. I used to have a coralline algae on here, red coralline algae, and it used to glow in the dark at night under this blue LED. It was really nice, but you know, it's dying off. It's okay. It'll grow back once I got the 300 gallons going. So that's it. I'm working really hard to try and keep the fish alive so they can enjoy the new home in about 2 months, month and a half, 2 months or so.